Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Nalo, and it has been a while since I last uploaded, so I apologize for that. Just been really busy with work, pretty simple stuff. Also, I just tend to not really make videos when the game is so dry and nothing's really happening in it. It feels kind of useless to make a video about a game where nothing is happening. Anyway, today's video is going to be about Valve in general, what they're kind of up to, and how I kind of see the future of CS2 going, because I think it's important that we kind of just take this little update step right now while things are pretty calm. And we also got some pretty crazy news recently from Aquarius on Twitter, so that's going to be fun to talk about as well. So we'll get into that after a word from our sponsor, GamerPay. This video is sponsored by the best CS marketplace out there, GamerPay. GamerPay is my favorite market for a lot of reasons. Firstly, as you can see here, you can easily compare prices on GamerPay to popular low-price marketplaces like Buff. You'll notice that a lot of items on GamerPay are actually significantly cheaper than they are on Buff. When you select an item that you're interested in, GamerPay will give you a full rundown of the seller and how fast they deliver, as well as a very transparent breakdown of what you're actually going to pay for the item. GamerPay also has probably one of the best fee structures available on any third-party marketplace, so that's a really big deal. GamerPay also has a large amount of options for sellers, allowing you to even make your items follow the Buff price of your item, so you can make it a lot more passive, especially if you have a large quantity of items. And if you've ever wanted to check out an item without having to open CS, you're in luck because GamerPay lets you inspect people's shops in 3D. If you want to go ahead and check out GamerPay, be sure to use the link below. Okay, so let's go ahead and catch everybody up. What is the current state of things? So for starters, there hasn't really been any sort of major update. There was, of course, the renting skins feature that was added, which hasn't really seemed to have had any real effect on anything. I haven't actually heard of anyone that's actually renting skins. I'm sure there's people out there that are, but I haven't personally seen it. It also doesn't seem like it's had any real major effect on prices. So yeah, basically a complete nothing burger, which is essentially what was expected. Renting skins was a very random update that didn't really need to happen, but maybe there was some sort of legal reason that it did. There was sort of a segment where Valve was really good at banning a whole bunch of cheaters, and it seems like they're still kind of keeping up on that. But unfortunately, they're not really going to be able to get rid of all cheaters, and this sort of cat and mouse thing that's happening with them just keeps going in the same cycle. I think 2 days ago, I saw a video about someone that was lag switching in an actual competitive match. They were able to throw down smokes and then lag switch and see the person without the smoke even popping. So obviously that's very insane and also very low entry. Lag switching was something that Valve had apparently fixed a long time ago in CSGO, but it is apparently still around, so that's cool. But I want to make sure that I'm being very clear here. I don't want to be harsh on the devs for the whole anti-cheat thing. It is very, very good that they are pursuing that, and that is also very important for investors, believe it or not. When more anti-cheat things happen and when more cheaters get eradicated from the game, that actually increases confidence in the game's longevity. And when people aren't complaining about cheaters so much, that's also removing a generalized complaint about CS2, which can obviously be a negative emotion for the market. So keep doing what you're doing, Valve, but maybe do a little bit of a better job of it. And besides those two things, there hasn't really been anything else that has happened that I haven't really gone over. Copenhagen is still in the endgame store, no surprises there. It's doing about as well as you would expect. Koi Hollows and Lind Vision Hollows seem to be really high, and then all of the other Hollows are performing just about as well as you would expect for Copenhagen Hollows. I think I saw that the Pain Gaming Hollow was like 60 cents or something, so that's really awesome. Even the Renegades Hollow from Stockholm is worth like 3 times as much as that one, so that's cool. So yeah, people not exactly enjoying a lot of the Hollows from Copenhagen. I think there's what, like 4 to 6 Hollows that are actually half decent and hold half decent value. So yeah, Copenhagen is going just about as you would expect. Like I've been saying in previous videos, don't sleep on the Lind Vision Hollows or the Koi Hollows or anything like that. I do think that you should probably pick up just at least a couple of them and kind of keep them in the back pocket. There's a very real chance that Copenhagen just kind of gets forgotten and overlooked until things start to really snowball. So sprinkle a little bit into it, but definitely don't go all in on Copenhagen. There should be better opportunities, provided the devs get their act together and start releasing some really cool updates. On that note, on the horizon, we have some information from Aquarius. If you don't know who this guy is, then you're probably living under a rock. But Aquarius is a very well-known sort of leaker and just code analyzer in general. He's actually been mentioned in the official Counter-Strike update notes multiple times now, so that's really cool. Basically, he's a big deal and a very trustworthy source. And very recently on Twitter, Aquarius actually stated that there would be an upcoming CS2 update that is currently in the works. There's going to be new maps added, potentially keychains added, and also a brand new case. Now, to me, this obviously sounds sounds like a very major update. It's not anything too crazy, and it doesn't really sound like it's on the caliber of an operation. Some people have extrapolated that since there are some maps being speculated to be added, that means there's going to be an operation, but I wouldn't really get your hopes up for that just because we have had a huge lack of maps in CS2 in general. They removed a lot of maps when they switched over from CSGO, so definitely just keep that in mind. This could just be them adding more maps in to kind of bring it up to speed and kind of get the content back to where it used to be, rather than an actual operation. Aquarius didn't mention anything about new collections, so I would definitely doubt that there's an actual operation in the works. It would be extremely sad if they replaced the operation collections with keychains. I think people would be very disappointed with that. Maybe that happens, maybe it doesn't. We don't really know at this point. Hopefully it doesn't. As for the keychains part specifically, I know some people are probably wondering my opinion on that. I think it depends on the execution of the keychains. I say this with my whole chest, full honesty. If they release like anime girl keychains, like we're talking kawaii CT, kawaii T keychains, those would be a huge deal, okay? I'm honest, guys. I'm just being honest. I know that sounds incredibly stupid, but you have to realize how much people care about anime women. Like, seriously, it's a big thing.
Bro, can you, dude, I know exactly what image that's from, and this is Yang Yang being put into a full Nelson, and she's getting...
I know it sounds dumb, it definitely does, but look at the Akihabara Accept, look at the Temakao, look at the Kawaii T and CT holo stickers. I mean, these are genuinely a big deal for people, and if there are keychains of them, I promise you those will be a big deal, especially if there's some sort of a limited release and are unobtainable afterward. Like, I would totally put a Kawaii CT keychain onto a ton of my weapons. I promise you I would do that. Do not sleep on that. If they release that kind of thing, do not sleep on it. I promise you. I know it sounds ridiculous, but don't sleep on it. And like a crown keychain, dragon lore keychain, howl keychain, they could do a lot with the system, honestly. I would go as far to argue that if it's executed properly, I could see it being a bigger deal than agents and even potentially a bigger deal than gloves. Of course, though, again, it depends on the execution. As of right now, though, the general market seems about as stagnant as the actual updates for the game. Despite all this, the player count is still very steady. In the last 24 hours, we peaked at almost 1.5 million players, which is astoundingly high. People are still playing CS2 out the wazoo, and unfortunately, due to people not really mass leaving the game and still being very loyal to it, it's not really going to give Valve very much incentive to improve their update schedule. So that kind of sucks, but it's whatever. At least people are still supporting the game. Long term, I don't think this update schedule is a good thing for the game. I could totally see it going in the direction of what happened to TF2, so do definitely be careful with that, but as of right now and in the foreseeable future, I think things would be fairly steady, and I do think you should have some pretty solid confidence in the developers. Anyway, guys, there's your rundown and sort of your overall update. Thanks a lot for watching the video, guys. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it. It helps me massively and costs you absolutely nothing. Subscribe to the channel for the best CS2 videos anywhere else on YouTube, and check out my Discord server and my Twitter with the links below. We have a great active community over there despite my upload schedule, and we'd love to have you. And finally, be sure to check out GamerPay. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Peace.